Shelby from WDW11 Mama, and today's video is Disney Park Bag Must-Haves. So I'm just going to jump right in and get started. So we have two children. They are 8 and 6. So we currently are carrying a backpack with us into the parks. This is a day pack from LL Bean. It is the Stowaway. And what it actually does, it actually folds into itself. So then you could technically fold the rest of it in and zip it up and you're good to go. It's very squishy, no structure at all, but it's super duper light, which was what we love about it, that I can stuff this thing and it still is really light. It's fantastic. This has been on many trips and it has not been stained. It's been set on the ground. It's been great. It's not exactly waterproof, but it will hold up to Splash Mountain, not Cali River Rapids, but just a little bit of water. That is great. I actually have a backpack cover that I put on, that I bring just in case of rain. And I will show you later in my list. I do another thing also too, because we used to have a stroller, but just in case of a torrential downpour. The first thing on my list is sunscreen. Sunscreen can be very expensive in the parks. I like to bring along on our travel days. We fly to Disney World, so I like to pack a 3-ounce size. I bought this at our local supermarket, which is Wegmans, and I love it because it actually is pretty thin. It folds down very nicely and fits right inside the quart size bag, and it has this little pop top, so it doesn't spill inside the quart size bag also. I have seen Coppertone also has a nice 3-ounce size, so you could carry it on the plane. So we apply it once we get to Florida, and then on our travel day when we leave to come home, we usually have a later flight, so this goes into the park with us. It actually goes in the park with us every day because it's a really nice size. I used to have one that I was able to refill. This one would be really hard to refill, so I usually pack maybe one for travel and then one for park days, and then have a bigger size one in our toiletry bag that we apply every morning before we head out. Also, with my sunscreen, I like to have, this is chapstick with SPF. So that way too, so you don't get sunburned lips, because that could not be fun, and this is safe too for the children. Next on my list are sunglasses, which are essential in the Florida or California sun. They can also be expensive in the park, so it's a must-have, definitely, that you bring your own if you can. And even the kids bring them too, because I know a whole day in the sun, sometimes they can get a headache if it's just too much strain on their eyes. So it's a good thing to have your sunglasses. Another must-have is a camera/video camera. We used to have a small video camera that we would bring with this camera, but then we just started taking video on this camera. This used to be our must-have camera in the parks because it was so small that I actually bought a case for it, a nice hard case, so that way it would be protected when it was in the backpack. And since then we have upgraded to another size camera, so I can't wait to take that to Disney and see what great shots we can get. But this camera was great. We've had this camera since 2005, maybe 4. I forget. I can't remember. I can't remember if this came with us on our honeymoon or not. If we had a different camera then, I don't remember. So technology has definitely gotten better with the times, so that's why we have upgraded. Also, I would bring, if you can bring, I know we fly, so we bring the laptop with us so the kids can watch movies on the plane. So I bring a USB port to download the pictures throughout the day onto the computer, so then I don't have to worry about filling up the SD card. So that is another good tip. And this has a rechargeable battery, so make sure you also bring the charger, and I recharge the battery every night in the hotel room so we have a nice fresh battery for the next morning. Your cell phone is a must-have because you can also download the My Disney Experience app. Now you can make dining reservations on here. They can be a little wonky sometimes. It's usually easier to do it on a computer. I love this app for the main reason of wait times. You go on, you pick a park.
So this right now is listed by the current wait time, so short wait time. So if we were in the Magic Kingdom right now on May 25th, 2016, these would be the wait times that we would see in the morning. You can also go to any of the parks, Animal Kingdom, whichever park you happen to be in for that day. So it's perfect so you can see the wait times for the rides when you are on the other side of the park. So if you're in Frontierland and you want to see how long the wait would be for Buzz Lightyear, well, it's 40 minutes. I'm not going to wait that long for Buzz Lightyear. So let's see. I usually don't wait any more than 15. But we can go ride the Barnstormer if the kids want to, or we can go see the Monsters Laugh Floor, stuff like that. And then it obviously changes throughout the day as the wait times change.
Next up is hand sanitizer. This is great for just a little refresher for in between rides or after you meet characters or just when you think, oh yeah, my kids' hands have gotten really grimy and they're funky now. They need something ASAP. So instead of running to a bathroom every 20 minutes or so, hand sanitizer is perfect. And I love this. This is the older Bath & Body Works because they have changed the shape since. So now you have to get a new container or a new holder. I love it because it actually hooks right onto the backpack. Oops. Right onto the backpack. And then I just usually tuck it in there for the day. Now on the plane, it'll be in my quart size bag because it fits really nice in there. And then once we get to the park, I will unpack it and hook it, and that's where it will stay the entire visit until we leave again. Take it out, spruce up, little squirt, squirt, hands, done. Perfect. Baby wipes. Love these. I would carry these around even if I didn't have children because this is perfect for after ice cream or before meals or after meals or, you know, just when you don't have enough napkins or just, you know, something. And I love, currently we've been doing the Huggies brand. They have the cute Disney Mickey Mouse theme. And we used to do the Pampers, but they had a plastic cover. So when you ripped it, you had to stick it back on and it would get unstuck very easily or it would stick on other things. And so the wipes used to dry out a lot. So I love this plastic top that's just clips on, clicks, and done. Good to go and less likely to dry out. These are definitely a must. So in my daily life, I bought this little bag at Walmart for $1 and I carry a bunch of stuff around. This is my travel pharmacy, as I call it, as we've gone through trips together, visiting family or vacation. We'll be like, oh, we should have Pepto. Pepto goes in for next time. Oh, we should have Gas X. Now I have Gas X in there. I get migraines, so I have my prescription in there. The kids have ibuprofen. So this always goes with us. So I try to make this just a little bit smaller so it's in a quart size bag because a lot of stuff has to be in the quart size bag for the plane. And especially for the parks. And then the quart size bag, once it's packed for the plane, that stays in the backpack for the entire trip. So I know where everything is. It's very easy peasy. So in my bag, I keep a snack size bag of Neosporin. Neosporin, must have, little scrapes and Band-Aids. And that's all that goes in this snack size bag. And then this will go inside the quart size bag. And that way too, I know every park has a first aid, but just in case, if you were the whole way in Frontierland by Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and you get a little scrape or your kid gets a little scrape, done. You don't have to walk back to Crystal Palace, which is where the first aid station's near Crystal Palace in the Magic Kingdom. And, you know, maybe there's a line or maybe they're a little busy just to get a Band-Aid and some Neosporin. You can buy it in the park stores. Of course you can. But it's just so much nicer. I mean, I have this anyway, so this just actually comes out of my regular travel pharmacy and goes into my park bag and done. So next up, I'm going to lump together adult medicine and kids medicine I bring along for just in case, I bring adult ibuprofen, which Advil is not in here anymore. It used to be, obviously. I bought this at a Walmart checkout or my supermarket checkout. They're always right by the cashier. And I bring also aspirin with caffeine. Usually this is my husband's preference. And so that way we are, just in case you get a headache from too much sun or you haven't been drinking enough water or the kids are driving you crazy and you just need a little something to get rid of the pain so you can continue on. Done. Now, I know at Disney you can eat a lot. So I also bring travel size Pepto. Once again, I refill this. So usually what I do, as with the aspirin and the ibuprofen and with the children's meds, is in my toiletry bag, I will bring the full-size bottle, and I will show you that in a later video, how I organize everything for the toiletry bag. And then I will, before we leave, I make sure these are filled. And then if we use them throughout the day, then when we get back at night, I prep the bag for the next day, so I refill them if I have to. So I have travel Pepto, and then I bought the little teeny tiny, the travel Tums, just in case. For the kids, to make it different from the adults, I bought, these came in a 2-pack, these little teeny tiny, which just screw on and off containers. And I bought them in the Walmart travel section. And I used my label maker. And I labeled what it is, which is, this is children's ibuprofen. And at the time, my son was between, I think he was 4 at the time when I first started doing this. So I had he's now 6, so I had the 4 to 5-year-old and how much they should take. And then back here, repeat the dose every 6 to 8 hours, just so we know. And then this is the kids Pepto. And once again, it has the dosage and how much they should be able to take and everything. So that way, in case we have any upset tummies or, they're just not feeling good, maybe they have a headache from too much sun, you give them, a little dosage and hopefully they start feeling better. So something else I like to have in our bag is just a small pack of tissues, just in case. I put this usually in the same pouch as the hand sanitizer or in the other pouch. I used to keep the camera in one and then these in the other, but now my camera's bigger, so that's actually going to go in the bag. I bought these at the dollar store. There were 8 packs. There's 10 in here. They're 2-ply, and 8 of them for $1. And it's Star Wars theme. Last year we had Mickey Mouse theme, so it was perfect. It was great. As I mentioned earlier, I have a backpack cover for my backpack in case it rains. If we're going on Splash Mountain or Cali River Rapids, I know in Cali River Rapids they have a big, they call it a drum in the middle that has the Velcro top that you can put your stuff in and you can Velcro it closed. They also have free lockers that you can rent, which is right to the left of the entrance. And then that way you can shove your stuff in there. That's usually where we put our stuff and then change out our shoes, put our sneakers in a locker and put on our water shoes and then go ride the ride and then come back out and switch everything and get our stuff. But like for Splash Mountain, I bring a giant Ziploc bag. Now I found this in the Walmart section in the laundry area. Like the storage bins, I guess. It's next to the laundry area, so it was in the storage bins and everything where they have like the shoe trees and stuff like that. And what I do is I fold it up. And I stick this in the bottom of my backpack. So when I do place the backpack on the ground or anything, if there is a wet spot or a puddle, not a puddle, but anything, then this will protect the bottom of the backpack and protect the contents in it. And then if I do need this, then I know where it's at. It's easy to get out, open it up, put the backpack in it, seal it, get on the ride, and you're done. I've been very fortunate for the last 3 trips. It hasn't rained. Well, okay, that's not true. The first trip it rained our last day for like 20 minutes. Poured. But other than that, we've been very fortunate. We've not had to deal with it at all. And we were there for 8 days, so 20 minutes, I'll take it. That's perfect. Each member of my family has a raincoat. Now, My husband and I's raincoat, they're from LL Bean, and they fold into their pockets for great storage. So then you just open it up, shake it out. Yeah, it's going to be wrinkled. Within a couple minutes or so of getting wet, it will unwrinkle, but I don't care as long as it keeps me dry. It works for me. And I love that it folds into its own pocket, so it's great for easy storage. Do we bring it every day? No, I check the weather before, and if it says no rain, which once again we've been very fortunate, then I don't bother filling it with the backpack with them because it just takes up space. But they are really super duper light. Even the kids' raincoats are, they're tiny, so they're really light, so it doesn't take up that much room, but it is also nice when you don't have to. I remember when we went with my son, and well, my daughter was out of diapers, but my son wasn't. That was bulky. And then that first trip where there were no diapers, it was like, oh, the clouds have parted. And it was wonderful. It was also wonderful not to be stopping every hour and a half, 2 hours to change a diaper in the stroller. But it was great because it just didn't take up so much room. So if I don't have to, I'm not packing it. But if we have to, it's no big deal. Once again, they don't take up much room. It's just nice to have. The ponchos are, I think they're cute. The nice little cute logo on the back at Disney World. They're not terribly expensive, but once it starts raining, people either head for the exit or they're heading for the stores to get a poncho. So it's nice to just, hey, I have my own. I know these fit us really nicely and they're comfortable, and that's how some people like the ponchos better. And I get why they like ponchos too, because they can cover the backpack and everything and you're good to go. We just happen to prefer raincoats. It's just, what do you like better? It doesn't matter. You know, it's nice too if you can bring your own poncho also. I know Walmart sells them pretty cheap, and they're really durable too. I've heard of the Disney ones ripping really easily. So it's nice if you can bring your own, and then you don't have to worry about, am I near a store, or do we have to, you know, we didn't put this in the budget or anything like that. You have your own, you know they work, and you're good. Finally, I'm going to talk about the travel wallet. I have a pretty big wallet, Disney of course, and it has a lot of stuff in it. For when I travel, whether or not I'm going to Disney, I break it down. I don't bring a supermarket card or anything like that, the Lowe's card. I don't need it. So I have a coin purse that is very small. And what I do is I will bring this, and in it I will have my driver's license, our medical insurance cards, a credit card for an emergency, and my AAA card for the van for when we are to and from the airport. I have this fear in my head that we're going to land and come back to a dead battery. It's my own weird paranoia. So I always bring the AAA card and have that just in case. Before the My Disney Experience app, I used to have little tiny index cards and have every date with the restaurant and the confirmation number and have them all in here. And then as we went through that restaurant, I would throw it out. So my pile would get smaller and smaller, but now you have the app and all your confirmation numbers in it. And I also used to not be high tech with my phone as I am now. So I didn't have any room to do it in my flip phone either. But now I don't have to worry about it. So once again, I don't put much in here. This is it. This is my whole travel wallet as we go for the week. And it's nice. It's just light and tiny, and that is it. And usually goes in one of the pockets of the backpack so it doesn't get lost in the whole main part of the backpack, because that could get with snacks and the kids pick up stuff at the bakery or the confectionery or anything like that. So it can get a little crazy in the main part of the backpack. So that is it for this video. Please tell me if you have any park bag must-haves below. I would love to read them. I will link below from my website. I have a post also about this, and I will list everything below. And thank you for watching. See you next time.